We are here at Claudette. He's going to bring you guys a video. We're sitting here. Look at this. We'll get a close up of that. Sam, what is that?
That's our new seafood potato.
Come check it out. Here's your video. You're going to like it.
From the Department of Tourism is we are going to be changing our name.
Hey, I'll bring my iPhone. Okay, we're gonna make this. We're gonna try. I'll do whatever I can to make this thing go. First part of October is tough, man. You gotta really want it.
You gotta have your thermocell rolling.
You better know you do. If you don't, you just asking for malaria. Yeah.
One last thing.
Tell me.
Got any questions? Call them.
Got any questions? All right, we are here with Todd Wolf, Greg Hicks, who's me, Stoppel, Glenn Myers. We're going to be talking about the ARKLA Team Tournament Trail. And let's do a quick recap, if you will, guys. You know, I know you two fish it, and you did pretty solid. You know,
yes, sir. We did all right.
And Mr. Glenn didn't do too bad. You know, I think we had a good year.
I did real bad.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to be positive. All right? We're trying to start this thing off on a positive.
Practice looked good.
Practice was solid. It was actually getting it going that was probably the hardest part. But you know, give us an idea, Todd, right off the bat. What's the first part that what would you say? Give us a synopsis of the year from a Todd Wolf standpoint.
Pretty good year. Me and Robert did fairly well. Tied for second, third. The other team got second because they had bigger bass than we did. Claiborne was good. We practiced. We found fish. The weather didn't mess us up. We got to our location and we caught them. Stayed there all day. The second tournament, we went to Chico. That was a brutal. The rain, the weather, it messed us up. We didn't do too good there. I think we had four fish. Then we went to Cross.
Yeah.
And Lord have mercy, that weather, that rain, that high water.
Pretty rough.
We zagged when we should have zigged.
Right.
And I knew to zig, but there was the majority of the field going that direction. And so I said, we stay away. So we didn't do good there.
Yeah.
And then the river tournament was okay. We went in the Devil's Hole. We went in the Devil's Hole and we pounded it out with the rest of the boats in there. And then up on the river Felsenthal, we had one location and we stayed in a half-mile stretch, sharing it with another guy, Mr. Savage, Hayden.
Yeah.
We shared it with him, and that was
for a young guy fishing by himself. He impressed me.
Yeah.
On that tournament, he came in.
I'm gonna tell the
with
story.
fish.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah. So he's on the right side. We're on the left side. We're fishing. He's catching. We're catching. We leave him for 2 or 3 hours and come back, and he's still going. And next thing you know, you see him fighting a fish, and then you see him in the boat. He sits down. He's retied. So he stands up, about 10, 15 minutes later, he's fighting a fish, and you see him sitting in the boat, down again, retied. You can tell he's getting mad. About that time, I flipped up on a cypress tree, and a fish hit it and wrapped it around a limb, and it was a 3-pounder. And we went over there and got it. And so that made him, he came over, he trolled over to us. He said, all right, what fishing line do you have? He said, I done broke 2 fish over 4 on it. And I said, well, Seaguar, buddy, that's all we use. Seaguar and Vizex, Brazex, that's all you're going to find in here. He said, well, I'm throwing every bit of this sunline away. I said, yeah, I don't blame you.
I don't blame you.
He was kind of fit to be tied.
Yeah, I can imagine. So you guys, you finished, was it second on that tournament?
Yes.
Second place, and then Angler of the Year, you got what?
Well, it was same points as second place, but we ended up third.
Okay.
Because the second team had a larger fish for the year.
That's exactly right.
Yes.
I remember that.
Tiebreakers, we big fish.
Yes.
And so they had a bigger fish than we had. Any event that we have, if you have a tie for 5th, 6th, 1st, whatever, whoever's got the big fish that day gets that place.
I got you.
Instead of a fish off and all that kind of stuff.
Right. That's a good way to do it up there. So the infamous Glenn Myers.
Yeah.
Wrap us around your season real quick.
Well, I've had a really good time. My partner and I, Brooks Johnson, we've had a really good time. And on days that don't count, we look real good. But actually, Greg, tell you the truth, we had a decent finish over at Cross. We came in, I think, around 13, somewhere in there, and like Todd was saying, the weather was the story. And I think that's kind of been the story for all our tournaments.
Yeah.
Whether it's been right after a torrential downpour, 25-mile-an-hour winds, a hurricane,
Or brutal heat.
Or brutal heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, last year we fished Felsenthal, and we got a mile outside the harbor there, and we blew a power head. So we were on the main river with no shade and no wind all day long. So it was a little better this year. We didn't have that happen, but we were only able to put one fish in the boat. We had a break off all day long, just come unbuttoned. Good fish. I don't know where we would have finished, but it would have been a lot better than we did that day. But, we've had a great time, and I think that's kind of indicative of our whole season, with the guys that we have fishing against each other. Everybody gets along pretty well, but we've got some good sticks in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
There's competition every time you go out there.
I've seen that.
And you can have a good tournament one time, and you can have a bad one the next time. And these guys that are fishing they are relentless.
Yeah.
These guys and don't ever judge a book by the cover.
No.
You can't look at who has the prettiest rig and the nicest boat and think that they're the ones that are going to do it.
That's absolutely.
You see old Stacy Boggs go out there.
That dude him and Scott probably catch him in a 14-foot John boat.
That's right. And they'll put you in your place real quick.
Real quick.
I think one time I might just go out there and go real slow and follow them sometime.
Yeah, I know that's right.
Anyway, but now we had a really fun season, and Brooks actually had to fish one of those at Chico by itself. Had another engagement, but same kind of the same story. We're on fish until tournament day, and then it just fizzles out. So, you get out there and you sling real hard, and you know how to fish. I've won money elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in top in my club, fishing that deal. So when it's the little money's on the line, I do okay.
Yeah. It's
Don't let him
but-
fool you.
well,
On Caney, he had one of them 27, 28-pound bags,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
I had 2670
Yeah,
on Caney one day, but yeah, I wish it was. I wish we'd have been fishing our deal out there that
ain't
day.
that the truth?
That would have been nice.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I know how, or sometimes I just get lucky, and I'll take either one.
I say this all the time, in a village full of pygmies, I'm a giant. But when you get amongst guys that are real solid fishermen, I mean that's the that's the humbling factor, right?
We've got,
Yeah.
we've got, and we want more of them.
Yes.
We'll talk about that in a little bit, but we've got really good fishermen. We've got a good group. We don't have. Sometimes you can have some guys that are they're tough to get along with. They've always
absolutely.
got something to say, or they've always got a problem that you need to work out. They need an extra kid gloves to coax them and pet them and
Mm-hmm.
take care of them. But we don't really have that. Todd fields most of those calls when they come in. You guys have questions, but it's usually a short conversation, and nobody really has had any problems. So.
Right.
We've had a really, really good group of guys. We're blessed with that.
And we're learning every year. We're learning how to get better and more
Right.
professional.
And we take things under advisement,
Yes.
too. We do. We want to make this as good as it can be.
Yes.
It's not a our way or the highway
No.
kind of thing. I mean, we do have to stick to our rules,
Right, obviously.
but, we're not against examining those rules and simplifying them, changing them if they need to be, for the next season.
And I think that's a good outlook to have. That way, you're not just ruling with an iron fist. You're like, okay, guys, we're making a rule. If if we see some errors or some holes in it, we can make some adjustments. And I think that the fishermen will appreciate that aspect. We're not out here
Well,
trying
we
to
hope
just-
so.
Well, Dale has instilled this in my head. We're not out to DQ an angler ever, a team or anything.
Yeah.
We just want to follow the rules. It's not our job to DQ anybody. They'll DQ themselves if anything.
That's right.
But we're not going to sit there and look. And it's hard for me to see that. I'm learning how to just relax and be patient. And hey, if something happens, just address it and let's move on.
Yeah, and that's one thing I was really impressed to see was the use of a polygraph.
Yes.
Just to make, because when there's this kind of money on
Yes.
line, the true colors will show up in somebody.
You
Right.
got to keep folks honest.
You got to keep honest folks honest,
Right.
And
we didn't do that ourselves. When the original group came together, we spent 3 or 4 months in a room like this hashing out the rules. And a polygraph was something we all wanted. And so we reached out to other tournaments, Skeeter Bass Champ, Texas Team, Alabama Team Trail. I spent hours on the phone with Miss Kay on Alabama Team Trail. How did she become successful? And she honor your money, honor your rules.
Yeah.
She said if you have to DQ your brother, your uncle, your aunt, whatever, don't hesitate.
That's right.
And so that was the two main things she said focus on.
I can appreciate that. And I think everybody out there fishing it, because that's all you want. It's just we have rules for a reason. Let's follow them.
Right.
Basically.
That's right. And it's funny. Well, the first question on that poly is what, Todd?
Did you read the rules?
Did you read the rules?
That's right. Did you read it? What's that old saying? I think a game warden told me one time, said, ignorance is no excuse to break the law.
That's exactly right. You better know.
Yeah. If you don't know, call Dale. That's our saying. If you don't know, call Dale.
If you don't know, call Dale. That's exactly right. Because we're anglers on tournament day.
Yes, that's all we are.
And it's kind of a conflict of interest for one of us to try to make a call.
Absolutely.
So we set that in place. Our tournament director has been Dale Taylor, and he, as long as he wants to be, he will be.
Yes.
And we on tournament day, if there's a call to be made, it falls on Dale.
That's right.
And he wants that. He knows how to handle it.
Yeah. And you know what? I think Mr. Dale's been in it so long.
Yes.
He gets the respect from everybody.
He has the respect of everybody. That's
Because
exactly
he
right.
makes good decisions.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a person on earth that can say Mr. Dale Taylor doesn't do his best to be the most honest he can.
That's
every day.
exactly right.
Exactly.
He's fair, right down the middle.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's first off, let's do some housekeeping real quick. The reason we're able to have tournaments like this and to give away that kind of money
Yes.
is because of where we are. Places like Claudetti's. We're here at Claudetti's in the party room. They were gracious enough to allow us to sit in here and talk real quick, and we're gonna chow down on some of that good food.
Yes, sir.
And good drink here in just a minute. But we want to say an extra special thank you to the sponsors who make this possible.
Yes.
So
I wish I had the list. I didn't think about getting the list.
that's right.
But it's championship.
We have a long list. And,
Yeah, right, yes.
If you'll go to ARKLA.com, you'll see them.
That's right.
But we could not do it without them, and
because we're a nonprofit.
that's right.
And every penny that the angler pays at a tournament goes back to the angler, and then we put money back into it. We pay out 105%, and so it's none of us make any money. We pay professionals, Dale, you, the photographers, the other people. Mr. Glenn's going to be our marketing director. He's going to take over things and make sure we do things right, and we branch out.
That's right.
Because if you didn't know, we're planning a meeting in the state capitol with the director or commissioner of Louisiana State Parks. We're going to bring all our photos and datas and videos and whatnot, and we're going to presentation to have a partnership. We may fish out of state parks from now on, but we're going to promote them and they'll help us.
And guys, what we're talking about, the way you can help this trail grow is not just participating, but liking, sharing, spreading them. But you have no idea how these guys will take data from social media and take it to a potential sponsor and say, guys, look, this is what we can do for your business. So that's where the likes, the shares, the talking, the commenting, the tagging, all that plays a huge
in the
factor.
information and digital world that we live in, if exposure is everything for a sponsor, for an entity such as the state and state parks. It's getting that exposure is everything, because we're not just in everybody's face. We're in the faces of the people that matter the most. The people who are going to use what you have.
That's right.
So that impression that they're going to see is most valuable. Right. It's not going out to people that will never see it or use it or need it or anything like that. It's not a wide blanket. It's targeted.
Yeah.
So you're exactly right when you tell people to like.
Yeah. You're not only helping out the trail, you're helping out yourself for future purses to get even better and bigger. So it's a big deal.
We're gonna grow the purse, the payback as high as we can that this part of the country will allow us. It's only gonna do so much, and then we'll get our max potential.
That's right.
But we want to thank the mayor, Mr. Crow.
John Crow.
We want to thank the lady,
Miss Mary.
Miss Mary.
Yep.
And then the president of the chamber.
Well, it's he's from Bernice, Louisiana. That's where my mom is from.
Yeah.
The large metropolis of Bernese. His name's Minor Patton, I believe.
Yes, Mr. Pack.
Yep.
Right, and the police jury. The
Yeah,
police
police
jury
jury
came on
comes in.
board late.
Yeah.
All of them are gonna help guarantee that money right there.
Yeah. So let's talk about one of the main reasons we are here, and that is the 2023 championship on Lake Darbon. So,
Yeah.
who wants to start fleshing that rascal out first?
Man, I'm telling you, there's been a lot of words spoke and a lot of nights that didn't get a lot of sleep, thinking and planning and working on this. You know, we as a group have done a lot. I know he doesn't like to be recognized much, but you know, I really want to send a big shout out to one of our committee members, and Mr. Terry Morris. I don't know that this happens without him.
Right.
It doesn't. No.
It just doesn't. Mr. Terry is you know, he's a big part of Farmerville, Union Parish. That's where his base of operation is for his businesses. He has them all over the state. A lot in this area, but he's got one or two south of here, about 100 miles. So you know he's pretty invested in Louisiana as it is, but he's really invested in our community and in ARKLA Team Trail and seeing the success of it. So we couldn't have this without him in Farmerville. He's been very
instrumental.
in making that happen.
He made this happen.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Terry. From a guy who just getting started in this stuff, man, you have really created something I know I'm proud to be a part of. So, or helped create, I should say. So,
But you know, that being said, we dreamed it. We talked about it. We approached the right people, and it's here.
that's right.
We have a championship that's going to pay the largest amateur purse in the state of Louisiana or South Arkansas, and $15,000 for this
That
championship.
is insane. You know,
It's hard to even say that and like it be real,
right.
but it's real.
Yeah.
Yes, it
And,
is.
and you know, on top of that, you know, we'll talk about some of these rules that we have going into that, and some of the things that are going to be part of that leading up to the actual tournament days. But you know, one of the things that folks don't realize is we're the only thing like this. We're the only thing like this. I mean, sure, there's other groups and there's other circuits, but we're the only one that does it like this. We're the only one that's putting it on over this many days and allowing this much money to be a part of it, and pulling in this many teams, and you know about how many teams are going to be there ahead of time. We're the only ones that are allowing everybody to take part in this kind of money.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a, well, you know, you didn't finish in the top 10 in points this year, so you don't get to know. Everybody gets to go this time.
Right.
So, you know, that's something we're really proud of. And that too, that being said, how many of them get to take part in it? We're going to pay top 10
Okay.
in this championship.
All right.
Now, we'll release the breakouts whenever we have the banquet, and everybody knows that on I think the night before.
Yeah, they left October 11th.
Yeah. So when we do that at the recreation center there in Farmville on October
right.
11th, we're going to have a banquet there, and we'll talk about the banquet a little bit too. You know, the banquet we have the fire department, Farmville Fire Department. Is going to have a fish fry for us.
Yeah, I'm
Thank you,
familiar with them
Farmville Fire
cats
Department. We
now.
appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
We appreciate y'all.
Yeah, thank you, Billy John, Robert Allen.
And
Thank you.
again, Mr. Terry Morris coming through.
Yes.
Giving us the things we need to have a fish fry.
That's right. That's right.
So we really appreciate him and Big Star for
You know,
doing
Mr.
that.
Terry's got a nickname, don't you?
Was that
Big Fish Terry.
Big Fish
Big
Terry?
Fish Terry. Like I named
Well,
Ray,
hey, he
Ray
was Big
Albritton.
Fish Terry at Cross
That's
now.
right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I named Ray Albritton Big Win Ray, so he'll
Yeah.
be Big Fish Terry. How about that?
Right.
So
Right.
now the banquet. When is that again?
It's going to be on October the 11th.
October the 11th at the Rec Center in Farmerville, Willie Davis Recreation Center. If you're not familiar with it, easy
That's
to
right.
find, not hard to find. Good place, good atmosphere. I think you guys will.
Starts at 6
enjoy.
p.m.
Going to start at 6 p.m.
Yeah. And families are invited.
Yes.
You know, it's not just for the anglers. If they want to bring their significant others, they want to bring their kids. however they want to do it. We want everybody needs to know that you're welcome.
That's right.
We're trying to have some fellowship in this thing.
Yeah.
We want to promote that as much as possible. We don't want just competition.
Yeah, and sponsors, man. If some sponsors want to come out,
Yes.
and
So we're going to reach out to all of them and let them know.
Yeah, come
who,
out
what,
there.
when, where, and why.
And shake a hand and see exactly where your proceeds are going and the guys and gals that they're going for.
You bet.
We're working on doing some stuff for the kids. While we're talking about stuff, they can go compete for prizes.
That's
something
right.
There'll be something for the ladies when they walk in. They'll get a ticket, and they may walk out of there with something.
That's right.
Something special.
That helps everybody come.
Yes.
That helps everybody right there. So, practice for the championship. When's the practice going to be?
Practice is going to be October the 9th through the 11th. Now, we're going to have off limits starting at 3 p.m. on the 11th.
Okay.
Okay. We can start 30 minutes before daylight
Yes.
on the 9th.
Yes.
Okay.
Now remember, 14 days off limits.
That's correct. That's right.
Is that
So
what
prior
you're
to the 9th, 14 days prior to the 9th, nothing.
Yeah, you can't ask Uncle Bob what's going on Darbone. No information means nothing.
No information.
You have if somebody tries to tell you, you
Just
can
stop
say,
it.
no,
Hold on.
sorry,
I
can't.
can't. No,
And
let's-
that will likely be on the policy.
It probably will.
So there you go. So guys, honestly, for real, don't go
So,
looking on
that's
Facebook,
right.
social
So, I mean,
media.
you
Don't
You can
ask
do that.
them.
If it's
Okay.
public knowledge, you're good.
Oh, gotcha.
You
gotcha.
can't solicit.
You
cannot
can't solicit. I
You
got
can't
you.
do
I
that.
got you.
14 days
Yeah.
prior.
I
Now,
got you.
if you know somebody right now
Yeah.
that he's a ringer out there on Darbone and you think you can get some information out of him and
Yeah,
he'll
you
tell
know-
you where a honey hole is, if he can tell you right now and up to 14 days before, 15 days before, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
But 14 days before,
No.
just shut it down.
Gotcha.
Until
Gotcha.
practice starts, and then all you can do is practice. We're not talking about it.
All right. All right. So let's talk about the Thursday, Friday, and then the final day.
Yes.
Where are we blasting off from on Thursday?
So we're gonna blast off at Darbone Point.
Okay.
Okay, and if anybody doesn't know exactly where that is, I'm sure everybody knows where Ritz Tails and Shells is out there, right off 33, and right there where all those little lakeside condos are.
The
those multicolored, pastel colored, whatever you want to call them. That's Darbone Point.
Correct.
There's a nice concrete ramp there. I'm sure they would, if they're not sold out, they would love to be. So
Yeah, you don't want to travel very far.
And if you mention ARKLA team, they give you 10% off.
Look at that. Got you a little discount. Who doesn't like a little discount?
That's right. That's right. So, yeah, that's where we're going to go for those first 2 days. Our weigh in and our blast off is going to be right there.
Yeah.
And then on,
There's an extra bonus on each practice day.
that's right.
Big Fish gets $200 that day.
Really?
That Thursday and that Friday.
Thursday and Friday. So we're
Kind of an extra big bass per day type.
Yeah.
I got you. And the championship is a culmination of the 3 days, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Cumulative weight. Yes.
Okay.
Carries
So-
over to
Cumulative weight.
And now would the big bass on Thursday and Friday go towards the final big bass?
No.
Nope.
Each day's got their own big
Each
bass.
day has their own.
And
gotcha.
championship Saturday, big bass is 500.
Wow. How about that?
Money, 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 money.
That's right, baby. Just throwing
That's
money
what
out
makes
there.
it roll.
That's right. Now, look, guys, also, if you have an RV and you want to just, like, again, if you don't, man, I don't want to rent one of those houses. If you've got an RV, they got RV hookups
they
at
do.
Darbone Point. You're more than welcome to come out there and,
Yep.
and like you say, make it a long weekend. Have fun. Bring your family. It'll be a blast. They've got a pool there for kids. I don't know, mid-October, it's going to be a crapshoot whether or not it's going to be swimming weather or not.
Right.
But, they've got a nice place right there at Darbone.
Hot as it is right now, my money's on swimming in October.
Absolutely. That's what I'm telling you, I love to hunt. I love, you guys know, I love to
Yes.
bow hunt. And the first part of October is tough, man. You gotta really want it.
You got to have your thermocell rolling.
better know you do. If you don't, you just asking for malaria.
That's right.
Yes.
All right. So blasting off from the point on Thursday and Friday.
From the point, yes.
Yeah, Thursday and
Friday. That's
Okay.
correct.
And then weigh-in will be at what time?
It's going to be 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock, the standard, like we always do.
Three,
And if we-
3 and 3:15.
Yeah, Dale, 3 and 350.
Gotcha.
We'll stagger them.
All right.
But yeah, then those top 20 guys, whoever has a top 20 after the first 2 days, those are the ones that are going to go out from the state park.
Ah.
They're the ones that are still in it.
Okay, so we only have 20 boats fishing Saturday.
Saturday.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's right.
Now,
And we'll pay half the field that day.
again, now that's a state park. We will be there is a large pavilion right there at the boat ramp. I love that place. Went out there. Me and Matt Holloway went out there the other day doing some footage for the town of Farmerville, and cuz it is, I still can't. That is a very, very nice pavilion, very nice area, that state park. So
It is set up tailor made for us.
that's right, for sure.
Hadn't been there, but I'm going Monday to meet
Yeah.
with Demetrius.
You
It's,
go
it's
look.
tailor made for us.
It is. It really is. I went out there. They had the Louisiana High School Fishing Championship, I believe, out there, and that's the pavilion they used. Parked the trailer right in the shade,
Yeah.
keeps a breeze coming off that hill, and you got a beautiful view of Lake Doggone. You can't beat it.
Yeah.
Got good facilities right there. You don't have to travel, 400 yards to go to the restroom. I mean, everything's right there on site. So,
And speaking of, we're looking into a snow cone vendor to come
okay.
provide snow cones for the kids.
Yeah.
We're looking into a jumping, bouncy thing for the kids.
Yep. Got plenty of room
Yeah,
out there for
we're
that.
looking into all that.
So,
Yeah, we
again,
want to have a lot of festivities. Out
Yeah.
there.
This
And
is-
all the vendors, I'm sorry for interrupting, all the vendors, they have the ability to come set up a tent, a booth, and display their product.
if you're going to do it, that'd be the weekend to do it.
Yeah, we're going to reach out to each and every one of the sponsors and tell them you're more than welcome to set up a tent or do whatever and talk your product, sell your product, and go from there.
So, all right. So, let's talk about. I see you got one thing right there. No alternates. Explain that. For me.
So, our inaugural season last year and this year, we allowed alternates to fish up to 2 tournaments if a team had an angler that could not fish. They had to be pre-registered and paid. Same deadline as the anglers before the season started. So if they did so, then they could fish up to 2 if, like I say, one of those fishermen. So they had to, that alternate had to be determined. It's not something you could do right before each tournament. It had to be before the season. So, but those guys will not be qualified to fish the championship. So if you've got a teammate that can't fish the championship, then you're just solo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's not going to be any alternates for the championship.
Gotcha. I got you. All right. So this is how it's going to go. Day one, the blast off. We're going to start off based on where you finish the regular season. Is that right?
That's going to be your boat number.
Okay. So that's the first day.
Yeah.
Correct. 1 through 49.
Yep. 1 through 49. Now the second day, how are we going to do that?
Same.
Same.
49 through 1. It reverses.
Well, yeah.
Okay. 49 through.
We go back.
I got you. All right. All right. And then the third day, how does that work? The final.
Whoever's number 1 goes number 1, and whoever's 20 goes number 20. However you stand in that 1 through 20, that's going to be your boat number.
Okay. 1 through 20 angler of the year.
No, 1 through 20.
For
As
the
a
weekend.
championship.
Yeah, as
for
a
the
Friday
day
night.
one, day two.
First 2 days.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. I got you. I got you. So, have we covered enough of the championship? Or we got some more stuff to talk about on that.
One last thing.
Tell me.
Got any questions? Call Dale.
Got any questions? Call Dale.
Amen to that.
That's right. That's right.
Dale, Dale controls those days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his. He's
That's
the
his
man
thing.
in charge of them. And if there's a question, call Dale.
All
We
right.
can take any kind of questions, probably leading up to
Yeah.
it. If somebody has something between now and then, but yeah, once it gets in the thick of it,
Yes.
I would say probably within that 14-day window
Yes.
Yeah,
prior
we're
to
gonna be
practice.
going.
Yeah, we're off limits too.
That's right. That's right. So, y'all ready to talk about the improvements
Man,
we made in 24?
I'm telling you, we're so looking forward to this. And look, I do a lot of promotion for other people. It's kind of what I do for a living. But this, I don't want to say the whole thing because there's been a group involved in this, and I wasn't there in the very beginning, but I have been since the start of this year. And I talked to EK a lot last year. He's one of our committee members of EK's Marine, EK Coast Rock. He would bounce things off of me and want to know. We've had a long-standing relationship over the years, and I'd put in my 2 cents when asked for, But they asked me to attend some meetings prior to getting started, and then I became a committee member. So this year, I do have to say though, where this thing is headed and the vision of it, I got to give a lot of credence to my partner over here and Todd, because he had a vision and to grow something and to make something bigger and better each and every year. you have to have goals. You have to have objectives. You have to have things that you want to say, well, maybe that worked or maybe this didn't, and well, if that didn't work, then we'll get it out of the way or we'll make it better. And Todd's been able to do that because he has an idea where this thing wants to go. And he has shared that with all of us, and we agree.
Right.
We want this to be much bigger than it currently is. We don't want to be just, we love our community. We probably have as many quality fisheries around here as any weekend angler could ever want.
Yes.
But there's a lot of other quality fisheries in our state, and a lot of other good sticks in our state. And if we're going to compete, let's compete.
Let's do it.
I know a lot of guys over on the northwest side that are pretty dang good too. I know some guys down in South Central that are pretty doggone strong. I know some guys around Baton Rouge that they give you a run for your money.
Right.
And then there's folks that basically live on Toledo Bend.
Yes.
Right.
And you don't want to catch them on a bad day.
That's right.
They ruin your
That's right.
chances.
Right.
But we want to invite as many of those guys to fish with us as we can, and we can't do that if we're not in their neighborhood.
Right. That's right.
So that's kind of what our growth potential is. That's what our growth model is. We want to be other places than just here. So this year, we're kind of looking at trying to expand the I-20 corridor.
Gotcha.
So last year and this year, we had one fishery over around the Shreveport Bossier area. In the coming season, we're going to have two.
Okay.
And then we're going to have some that's not too far, like the Claiborne.
Mm-hmm.
And those guys will say, well, I can go that far,
Mm-hmm.
So that's half the field right there, So you can come over here for two more, and then a championship. So we feel like that's probably a good idea to try and coax people from other markets into doing that. And then once we've done that, we want to, like Todd said earlier, we have a meeting set. We're going to talk to the Lieutenant Governor's office or the Department of Tourism, and we're going to put a proposal together and show them what our vision is, what our short term is, and what our long term is. And we know that some other states, state of Texas, state of Alabama, we know that they're doing that for their circuits, their state-sponsored circuits. And we feel like we could do the same here. And all that's going to do is bolster our purse. If we have larger purse, then we have fishermen.
Gotcha.
That's all there is to it, But we need to make sure that we have a quality organization. We have a strong foundation. And they need to know that we're not just some fly-by-night bunch of yahoos that got together and said, hey, let's go fish and win some money. We've got our ducks in a row.
Right.
And so these first 2 years, it's kind of been paying our dues. And our third year will be as well. But it shows growth, it shows expansion, and it shows propensity to want to be bigger and better than you are.
And it shows stability. It shows potential sponsors that we plan on being here for a long time.
Yes.
A long time.
Yeah, we have a lot of long-term aspirations, and whether we're still on a committee or whatever at the end of that don't really matter.
No,
right.
We just want to get it going.
Yeah.
And to be part of it.
Yeah.
Even if it's just fishing it.
exactly.
That's right. That's right.
But so one of the things that we'll have to do that we do know from the Department of Tourism is we are going to be changing our name. We are not going to be ARKLA team. The state of Louisiana, one of their conditions, if they're going to sponsor, with funds, is to be a Louisiana-based organization. So we would be Louisiana Team Trail at that point, which is not hard to do. We just changed this little ARKLA to Louisiana and put a state on both sides, and it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And most of our fishermen are in Louisiana. We have a decent percentage from South Arkansas, and the fisheries that we'll be fishing are close enough. Those guys will still be able to participate.
Yeah.
And
we want them to.
We want them to.
Absolutely.
We're not saying we don't want Arkansas anglers at all.
And not saying we're not going to go fish those fisheries.
Right.
We're 2 years that way, 2 years west,
Yeah.
2 years east,
Yeah.
and we're going to find what the numbers.
Find
will
what
tell
works.
us where to go.
Find what works. And you know, I mean, even half the angler of the year, J.R. Grove, he's from
Yeah.
Arkansas.
Yes.
You know, so I mean, we want J.R. and the guys from Arkansas who
Yes.
fish strong
Yeah.
to come back and you know, kind of wear it as a badge of honor. You know, I'm from
Yeah.
Arkansas, but I won the Louisiana Team Trail. So,
Right.
I mean, that's something that we really want to encourage, guys. We still, just a name change, but, you know, we're still for everybody that's carried this trail as far as we have. So,
And there's guys in Louisiana that go fish, you know, Texas,
yeah.
you know, and that team trail over there, they fish that a lot.
Yeah,
Most
we've
of them are on
got-
the west side of the state, but they do.
we have people right now down at Sam Rayburn or Toledo doing the Brandon Belt.
yeah.
They're down there now.
That is I enjoy following that one on social media. That
Yeah.
is a well-run organization. You know.
It is, and we want to get there.
Yes,
you know,
yeah.
we definitely want to get there.
Yeah.
But you know, there's some hoops that we'll have to jump through, and of course, you know, wherever we can, if we get the backing of the state, then we'll have these tournaments in the state parks. We'll have our weigh-ins in the state parks, and as you mentioned, just like Darbone, you know, they're pretty well suited for that.
Absolutely, they are.
You know, I know three of them. It's three of them this next season.
Yes.
We'll have that have state parks where we're already fishing.
Caney,
And,
Claiborne Belt.
and we didn't plan it that way. It just is that way.
It felt like it.
You know, and there's plenty of others, you know,
Yes.
we could incorporate. So, you know, we're pretty happy about that. But, you know, we would like to have a North Division and a South Division if, you know, eventually.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
You know,
That'd
and
be
then
sweet.
and then we
the
meet up.
championship at the end.
Yeah, we meet up at a place like Toledo Beach.
Yeah.
That's the vision. That's the
Yeah.
dream.
That'd be
You
slick.
know? And maybe you have a TV crew out there.
Hey, man, I'll bring my iPhone. Okay, we're gonna make this. We're gonna try. I don't know whatever I can to make this thing go wild.
Yeah, because we want drone footage. You know, we want to be able to show. You know, we want graphics on a Facebook Live or you know put it on YouTube Live or something like
Yes.
that. We want you know we have ideas and you know technology is going to be part of that.
Yes.
We've already talked to some folks that are capable of doing some live footage during our coverage for the state tournament.
Yes.
You know, they can actually go out on boats and,
Yeah.
and film guys in the heat of it. You know,
Yeah.
and we have been doing you know the Facebook lives at the weigh-ins and that, but we want that to be even bigger and better than it is
Yes.
now. We want to do drone footage. You know, that captures the essence of what we're doing and the magnitude of what we're doing in a big fishery. You know, and it when you see things like that and you go, these guys are not small time. Well, we kind of are small now, but we don't want to stay that way.
That's right. That's
You know?
right.
And so somebody had to start somewhere every time they got a little bit bigger. So
Yeah.
that's us.
Yeah, we want to give the guys who may not have the opportunity to fish bass or MLF or any of those
Right.
others.
Too
To,
tight like me. Too
Yeah.
cheap to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend that time. Let's be
I
honest.
mean, you know, I've been following, man. It takes so
Yes.
much dedication,
Man.
time, money. I mean, you just can't up and say, "Oh, I'm going to do that." Man, I think the way bass is set up now, you know, with the
Yes.
open, it's some
There's
sort
been
of
there's
dedication.
been a lot of guys from our general area that have gone off and tried to do it.
Yeah,
You know,
it's tough.
and few of them have been able to make a real good run. I know over in West Monroe, Jim Dillard.
Yes.
He went that route for a long time. Jim chased it and chased it and chased it
Yeah.
and chased it. Now he owns a lure company.
You know, I saw him at Reps the other day. I tried to get over and speak to him, but
Yeah.
you know, I had to get out of there real quick. I didn't get a chance to speak to him, but you know, I knew him when I saw him. I was like, wow, I really need to go talk to him.
I helped promote Jim, you know, early on in his career, and when he was still a fireman and a plumber and whatever else he could make money doing, just so he could go fishing, you know. So, a lot of people don't know Lee Levise.
Yeah.
You know, Lee was from here, or lived here for a really long time, and worked a lot of labor type jobs,
Yes.
you know. But that was always his dream, and now he is a stick. He's
Yeah.
probably the most successful from this area, or at least we claim him from this area.
And Tyler.
You know,
Tyler Stewart.
yeah, and yes, that's right, and Tyler. But you know, it's a pitiful few considering how many guys would love to be in that
That's
group.
right. That's right.
You know, so
Reisinger made a run last year.
if
He came very close to qualifying for the elites.
but you know if we he did
Yes.
he did and you know it takes, like you said, a lot of dedication to do that.
And a lot of people with families and regular jobs, Yeah, it's almost impossible.
It
It's
is.
almost impossible. So this,
I mean,
this
you got to be young and single or have a very understanding spouse.
boy, don't you know? Don't you know? And what we want to do?
And it doesn't hurt if she's the breadwinner.
Yes, sir. But this stuff like this gives opportunities for the guys who can't do that to still stay in competition, and not only competition, but competition with some really, really good anglers for some really big money.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, for us, this is Super Bowl stuff. You know,
Absolutely. That's right.
for us guys that can, have to mow our own yard or sit on the couch after a long day,
Yeah.
this is real money.
Absolutely.
This is something that we really look forward to, and we're going to do everything we can.
That's
You know.
And we have to give
I want
props.
to pat Todd on the back and tell him good luck, but daggone, I want to
Oh,
beat him.
yeah. We're friends today, but when blast off, I don't like none of them.
Well, that's how it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah, I don't like
That's how it's supposed to be.
Especially Tom McMillan. I got him. But none of what we're doing would happen without the Terzias, the media bass, the
Absolutely.
FOMs that were before us. I mean, they're the foundation of the tournament. Dale did media for years. He ran the North Louisiana. He had his own North Central Louisiana, whatever. Dale had that, So all those they've kept it here and they've kept it going for all these years. We just came about it from a different angle, different
right.
point of view.
That's right.
Yeah.
So-
And we don't want these guys, these other groups to think that we're trying to compete with them and
No.
take their anglers or anything.
No.
We don't.
No, there's plenty
We're
for
not.
everybody. There's plenty for
We're
everybody.
absolutely not trying to do that. If anything, we're promoting the sport.
That's right.
Yes.
And
the better our-
and
better
we
we get,
encourage
better
them.
they
If you
get.
want to go fish, something else, go fish it.
Yeah.
Yep. There's plenty of guys that plenty of our anglers fish other
Yes.
circuits as well.
Oh,
And that's good
absolutely.
to see.
They sure do. And I think everybody in it's probably in a club too.
That's right.
You know.
Right. If I had more time, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we want to promote fishing as much as possible. And
Right.
If it's competitive fishing, then that's even better.
Right. And when we crunch the numbers and we see the mayors and the tourism committee members and whatnot, and we have that data, it helps everybody.
That's right.
'Cause
That's where the
A weekend when I was talking with the Red River Commission, our tournament's next weekend. If all our people practice this weekend, we came up with a number. It generates $26,000 worth of sales tax revenue for the weekend. They have a way to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
If you come and you eat and you do that, and so that's the value of 50 anglers.
right. Well, guys,
That's
we
just
are.
the tax revenue.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
That's not the actual revenue to the local proprietors.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
In the convenience stores and the gas stations.
Yeah.
And the folks that are selling food or
Yeah.
selling ice. Or, if you want to stay in a hotel or over at Narbonne Point.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
And then get a cabin at the state park.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. They do have
Friday
good cabins
nights,
at
yeah.
State Park for
So-
sure.
And RV
RV
spot.
hookups.
And RV
Yep.
hookups, yes.
So moving forward,
Yes.
we've got plans. We want to look professional.
That's right.
Yes.
We our branding is going to be very important. So we have gotten some feedback on things like color, and
Yeah.
so we're going to be playing with a few. Since we'll be changing the name to Louisiana Team Trail, we'll be playing with some colors.
Gotcha.
We don't want to get too far away from what we got,
Uh-huh.
but it won't be a total makeover. But you can see some things incorporated.
I got you.
And as part of that, we want some swag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We want some hats and some shirts.
Yes.
We want the guys that are guys like you that are going to be at the weigh-in, our tournament staff, our weigh-in staff, our check-in staff. We want those guys branding.
That's right. That's
Louisiana
right.
Team Trail. So whenever we're there, they're going to look the part. If they're going to be the part.
That's exactly right.
And so when our trailer is going down the road, we're going to get a new trailer. When our trailer is going down the road, we want it branded.
People know what it is
We
when they
want to
see
know
it.
exactly what it is because it's going to be sharp.
Yeah, and we're gonna be up down I-20.
It ain't gonna. Not that Dale's does. Dale does a great job with what he's had and what we've been able to afford.
Yes.
And we appreciate the use of his trailer because that's his.
Mm-hmm.
And everything that he and his team has been able to do. This is definitely no slight against them in any way. But we're going to be bigger and better. Then we got to be bigger and better.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
So we're going to look the part, and we're going to be the part, and People are going to know who we are.
I like it. I like it. Well, guys, we are bumping 45 minutes. Doesn't feel like we've talked for
It
45
doesn't.
minutes.
It went really fast.
It did. It went very fast. I want to thank everybody for looking at this and watching it. This is a brand new format for me. You know, this video stuff is something I'm incorporating with my podcast. So I want to thank Todd and I want to thank Mr. Glenn for meeting me out here and giving this thing a run so we can talk about what's coming up in October. Guys, wrap your head around and get ready. And like Todd was saying, you better get some of your good fishing line ready because October is going to be here before you know it.
Yes.
It is.
So,
Fish on.
yes,
That's
sir.
right. All right, guys.
Good day.
Thank y'all.